City Mayor Ubraj Narine and Opposition Member of Parliament Sherod Duncan were granted their pre-trial liberty this morning when they appeared in the Georgetown Magistrates Court to answer to 3 charges. They were also barred from making any comments on the issue to which the charges pertain. The 2 were released on $200,000 bail each. They were jointly charged with using a computer system to attempt to excite ethnic divisions on the grounds of race, contrary to Section 18(2) of the Cybercrime Act No. 16 of 2018, and attempting to excite hostility or ill will on the ground of race, contrary to Section 21A of the Racial Hostility Act, Chapter 2301. They were, however, released on self-bail over at the traffic court, where a charge of obstructing of traffic was read to them. Following the conclusion of the day's proceedings at the court, City Mayor Ubraj Narine, upon leaving the court, said democracy is dead in Guyana.
Democracy is dead in our country. I've been silenced by all this action that is happening. I wish to state that I will continue to fight for the people of this city and at large my country. We all have to stand up for democracy. We all have freedom of speech.
Correct.
And we must stand together to fight for the return of democracy in our country.
Thank you. Correct.
As mayor, I will continue to serve you, the people of this city.
Senior Counsel and Opposition Shadow Legal Affairs Minister Royce Ford said the charges are an attempt to shut down the opposition. Ford said he found it strange that the court issued a gag order on the 2.
Today, my colleagues, Sherod Duncan and the worshipful mayor were brought to the courts by the government of Guyana to charge them under the Cybercrime Act, to charge them under the Motor Vehicles Act, to charge them under the Racial Hostilities Act, with the allegations that they made statements to excite racial hostilities and ethnic divisions in this country. The public is well aware that there was no such statements made by them on the night in question. These charges are part of a process by the government to shut us down and to shut the opposition down. The court today, in an unprecedented move, made orders seeking to gag the mayor, to gag MP Duncan from speaking about this matter. Also, they wanted in the orders to effect a gag order on their agents and servants. But this is a democracy and no one is agents and servants in this country. Everyone has a right to speak and a freedom of speech. The PPP must explain and the government must explain why the Minister of Home Affairs had reason to come to the magistrates' court a few minutes before this matter was called today.
The senior counsel said both the mayor and Duncan should have been released on their own recognizance for all the charges.
You have a current president who was charged with 19 fraud charges and he was let go on his own recognizance.
The 2 will return to court on January 20th next year. The 2 were arrested on Wednesday at City Hall following the mayor's question as to whether the president was attempting to turn the country into a Muslim state. The mayor, at the time, had joined the Newmarket Street vendors in protest the decision of the Ministry of Public Works to remove them from operating outside of the Georgetown Public Hospital.